All right, good afternoon, traders. Today is January 15th, 2025. Half the month is gone already. Boy, that was quick. This is the BYOB Market Wrap Up with me, John Carrigan. I moderate the BYOB Trading Room. Thank you for being here. Want to thank everybody out there in digital land, cyber land, all right, podcast land, everybody, all right? Everybody on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Love it. Thank you for finding value in my content. I love that. Thank you. Thank you for the kind comments. Love that too. Want to mention everybody before we get going, we got an open house Friday, 8 a.m. in the morning until close. That's 4:15 on the SPY. All right. That's this Friday. That'll be the 17th of January. All right. Let's go take a look at some charts. All right, for today, on the 10-minute chart, let's see what we got here. We have a 10-minute downtrend. Notice it dipped under. I wouldn't count on it that much. I got to tell you, if we go to the 15, it's kind of like holding up here on the 15-minute chart. So I wouldn't count on that 10-minute downtrend. I would actually be looking for continuation into in the morning hours when we open up. We'll see what happens. We did close over the downtrend line, which is pretty huge, if you ask me. Closing over the downtrend line. So I'm thinking, yeah, a rubber band candle tomorrow. We'll see what happens. There's a 15-minute chart. 10 minutes says it's a downtrend, but I got to tell you, I don't think I trust it. We'll see what happens, all right? Let's take a look at the 2-hour chart. 2-hour chart, we have ourselves a 2-hour uptrend going into the close, okay? The thin yellow line and the candles are up over the white line and the green dots. That's the 17 EMA there on the 2-hour chart. On the daily chart, what do we got here? We got ourselves a higher low and a higher high closing over a bullish cross and over the 17 EMA, okay? See if we can bust out and hold this up here. We'll see what happens. We're at the downtrend line. Hey, we're not far from 600. We were up at 593.79, I think. 593.99 at one point. We're not far from 600, you know. And the top of this thing is nothing but 608. I'm telling you, a couple of 10-day ATRs there, all right? The average true range, couple of ATRs, and, you know, we're right back at the all-time highs. Just saying, we'll see what happens, all right? First things first, got to get over the downtrend line. We're out closing up over it, but I want to see like a full candle that's not attached to this downtrend line. Daily chart. Has to break this high in order to negate the downtrend. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see. Maybe Friday. All right. Other than that, we're still in a downtrend, just not moving down. We're moving up as of yesterday and today. So there's SPY on the daily chart. Let's move this stuff out of the way. Excuse me. So there's the... what did we trade today? Well, we took on the 10-minute chart, we had some price action. We had a green candle, and it was over the pivot. So a continuation of actually yesterday's 10-minute uptrend. All right, so we'll look at that real quick. Okay, so at the end of the close yesterday, we had a 10-minute uptrend. See that candle right there? Let's move this over just a little bit. A little 10-minute uptrend. So we got a continuation. First 10-minute candle was a doji. That was a no-go. Next candle was green. Took out the top of the doji. There you go. That was a buy-in on that. Right up to the downtrend line. Right up here at, I think it's 592.67. I think that's where we... 592.97, but 592.67 was probably my exit up there. So because that was the the downtrend line on the daily chart. All right, then we had a pullback underneath VWAP here. So from there, we checked out, well, we looked at the PPO at the time. PPO at the time was up at 1.10, which is greater than 0.06. So that gave me the courage to kind of buy the dip right here. From buying the dip, we got a bullish engulfing. You can see we're up over 0.08 right there. Gave me the courage to buy the dip. And on the 15-minute chart, we're dealing with the 15. Okay, so here's the 15. All right, we got the bullish engulfing move. Took a couple candles to make it happen. And you can see here's the PPO up over 0.18. All right, so that gave me the courage to look at that. The only thing I didn't like was MACD was not cooperating. MACD was green at the time, so I did take it. But MACD did turn red slightly after that. So you can see right here is MACD. If I can just move these up out of here. See? MACD was, see, it was red right there. And that would have been my entry candle right there. So MACD was red, but the PPO was up over 118, and I got a bullish engulfing. So I took it, and we rode it from there, from VWAP area all the way up to, well, this area up here, 594, 590, 593.70. So we rode it from here up to there. Big bull flag, all right, fill this in. Let's take the candles and just kind of fill that in with the line. Get the line, move this up, get the color green, get the right thickness. So moving up from here, fill this in. You got ourselves a nice big green candle, igniting candle right through here. All right, so that was a buy right there. As soon as you had a decent candle to buy in on, right there, and right up to the downtrend line. So we stayed in that till the downtrend line, then took the pullback, bought the pullback, and then rode it back up to the higher highs up here on SPY. All right, if you followed the game plan, you could have made money. And where is the game plan? Let's go take a look at the game plan. Game plan is, let's try this one right here. Game plan. All right, here's the game plan, and we'll take it up on the 10-minute chart. All right, and let's take some of this off. You can't see the game plan with all this on there. All right, and here's our SPY game plan this morning. All right, let's take that off. All right, so here's the game plan. Okay, SPY price over 583.66. My bullish green erases red entry. All right, here's 583.66. We gapped up to here. All right, we had a big green candle to buy in on right there. All right, so then we could ride that all the way up to the downtrend line, right to there. Then we bought the pullback based on the PPO, right there on the 15-minute chart. Okay, and then from there we rode up to 17 with a 10-minute uptrend all the way up until about 3:30, right there. So that was a nice trade. About 591 up to 590, about 594, 593.80. Right there. So nice trade up to there. So made a higher high. Made the higher low. That gave me the courage to buy it because we made the higher low. All right. And then we had the PPO. All right. So everything was looking good. So we bought the pullback. And of course, here's price action up here, making a new higher high for the day. There's 10 minutes. So that's what we traded today on the SPY. Made some good money on that. All right, let's take a look at QQQ. QQQ did the same deal. Let me just say that, okay? Same deal happened on QQQ, all right? Green erases red entry over 507.10, all right? You can see the brick wall right here. We break through resistance, all right? You got a 10-minute candle right there up over the doji, all right? There's a buy-in on that one. Rode it up to the top, take some profit, By the pullback, see the PPO, all right, underneath the VWAP here. Notice the rubber band candle doesn't break on the 15-minute. All right, here's your spike candle. There's your rubber band candle. You get the bullish engulfing. You're back on top of VWAP. And you can trade this from 514. Well, let's just say you didn't get the best entry. All right, let's say you got an average entry of 515.26. And you could have rode that all the way up to 517.60. All right, so right up there, right where you see the top of that wick. Once you get back up there again, time to take some profit. All right, so there's QQQ. Followed the QQQ game plan, you could have made money. If you followed the SPY game plan, you could have made money. All right, so there you go. Game plan works. I do it every day, and I make money with it. There you go. All right, just like take a look at some of the other indexes. All right, we'll start off with this on a clean chart. Again, higher low, higher high, closing over the bearish trap and over the falling 17 EMA. I just want to see where anchored VWAP comes in. Not quite. So we left some room open to go up there and tag the all-time high anchored VWAP. This would be the all-time high. The pink line would be the all-time high anchored VWAP. So they left some room for tomorrow to have some continuation. So we'll see what happens. There's QQQ on the daily chart, coming close to that all-time high anchored VWAP, but not quite touching it right there. All right, let's see what SPY looks like. All right, let's see, put the all-time high anchored VWAP on that one, just for kicks. Okay, notice we did spike the all-time high anchored VWAP right there. Okay, just for kicks. All right, let's take a look at IWM. Okay, IWM probably had a good day too, and they did. Higher low, higher high. Closing over, bullish cross over the 17 EMA. Nice candle. Completely over the 17 EMA on IWM. All right, I said that was probably going to happen based on T2123. I mean, this is the Russell 2000. T2123 is, you know, the whole New York Stock Exchange. It's about, I don't know, 7 to 10,000 stocks in there. I don't know if you're counting the pink sheets or not, but what, you know, anyways, right there, I said probably going to get a bounce. All right, so there's IWM closing up over the falling 17. Let's just take a look where the all-time high anchored VWAP falls for that one. And we got some room to move right there. So could see some more upside. We'll see. Diamond Dow. All right. Diamond Dow, higher low, higher high. Closing over bullish trap. All right. And over the 17. Completely clearing the whole 17 EMA there. Yes, I can. I will share the PPO. It's right here on the 15-minute chart. All right. I like the 15-minute chart, PPO up over 0.06. All right. And that's for SPY. That doesn't work. It doesn't work for Apple or the other ones. I don't know if it works for Diamond Dow or IWM, but I know it works for SPY. Okay. And the oscillator is 813, and the exponential moving average is 9. All right, so exponential moving average is 9. Just, you can snap a photo. Use the platform. There's a little camera in the top right underneath the recycle circle. There's a little camera there. You just pop that camera. It'll take a picture of the screen. All right, so there's Diamond Dow on the daily chart. All right. Higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap over the falling 17 EMA. Nice work on Diamond Dow. Last one, FNGU. All right, FNGU. Higher low, higher high, closing over bearish trap, but under the falling 17 EMA. And where is all-time high anchored VWAP? Got some more room to move. All right, so maybe get another candle up there tomorrow. We'll see. We will see. All right, let's take a look at our technicals. T2122. All right, for the day, 15-minute chart. T2122. You can see we left off with a higher low right here. And we find ourselves coming clear out of the buyer's chop zone into the overbought zone. And the bears threw us out. And we just camped out here inside the bears, making them all uncomfortable and stuff. Okay? And just chopped around all through the buy zone and camped out here all day long drinking the bears beers. All right? That's what we did. T2122. T2123. Green from the beginning to the end. Notice we got a bullish gap that didn't get filled. Hey, I like that. All right? Still got a bearish gap that hasn't been filled. We'll see. Looking for a rubber band candle tomorrow. See what happens. Maybe up into this falling 200. Maybe a little gap fill. We'll see what happens, all right? So far, we got a 1 day, 2 day pullback. Can we get a third? Well, we'll see. I think we do. I really think we do get another day pullback up to here. If they do not pull back and tag the falling 200 SMA, I think we move to the right and consolidate here and then move up to the 200, the falling 200. We'll see what happens. All right, so there's T2123, 15-minute chart, green from the beginning to the end of the day. All right, back up over. This line is a prior all-time high. This line here, also a prior all-time high. So I think we kind of make our way back up to this prior all-time high. Test the backside of it if we don't climb on top of it. All right, so there's T2123, 15-minute chart. Same chart on the 3-bar time frame. Price action moving down, bear flag, breakdown, and we hit the all-time, hit some resistance, and now we're getting some rubber band action back to the all-time high right here, prior all-time high. See the price action now coming back to the falling 17. Need to get this over that, all right? Need to turn these red balls green if we can get on top of that and start working our way back to this prior all-time high right there. Maybe we can get on top of that and consolidate like we did over here. Create a little inverse head and shoulders. And then maybe we find our way back up to the 200, the flat 200 SMA on the T2123. I don't know. We'll see. All right. T2123, 3-bar chart. We'll see what happens. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at FNGU. I bet that was green from the beginning of the day to the end of the day. We were in a bear flag. We're having a pullback. We hit the falling 200 SMA. We got up on top of it, and it looks like we closed over the falling 200 SMA and over a prior anchored VWAP, but under the all-time high anchored VWAP right there. Still got a little bit of room to move there. Let's extend this downtrend through here, and that'll give us something to shoot for. Okay, got the all-time high anchored VWAP. Kind of lining up with the downtrend line. I think X marks the spot. We could see ourselves up there tagging this location where the two of them meet sometime tomorrow, maybe Friday. Eventually, I think we make a connection with the two of them right up here. We'll see. I got hopes we got to pull back all the way up to there. All right, so there's FNGU 15-minute. All right, let's take a look at some of the other sectors. First one we'll look at. XLE, that's our energy. All right, XLE doing a nice candle today. Pick up the scratch. All right, pink line, all-time high anchored VWAP. Notice price action came all the way back to quadrant 1 down here. Could probably pan this out to include that. Came all the way back into quadrant 1. Right here. So here's price action for the XLE. We see ourselves coming out of quadrant 1, back to the midpoint, and then back up over. We spiked this yesterday. Actually, we closed on top of it. And that's what I'm saying. We closed on top of this all-time high anchored VWAP. Maybe we get one of these candles. That would be nice. I think I'm asking a lot to ask for one of those, but I think we get a rubber band candle on the top side, just like we did on the bottom side. I was talking about T2123. All right, so XLE, all right, in a downtrend, all right, but definitely not moving down. All right, now if they take out this high, they'll have themselves an uptrend. They'll negate the downtrend, but I really think they put in a lower high and then J-hook off of support to take out that lower high. If they continue much further, they're going to make it very difficult for themselves. All right? And right now, I think that they shouldn't have done that. It was much easier to bounce off of support down here and take out that high. Then they did this yesterday. Then they did this today. So they're making it hard on themselves. But anyways, doesn't really matter whether it's in a downtrend or an uptrend. The point is, what direction is it going? And this is in a downtrend, and it's definitely not moving down. It's moving up. All right, so there's XLE up over, clearing the all-time high anchored VWAP, up over the midpoint, breaking out of quadrant 1, getting through quadrant 2, and kind of slicing through quadrant 3. Darn near the upper third up here. See that? That would be the upper third on XLE. Darn near the upper third. And that's my bullish sector up there. All right. When you get into the upper third, I mean, now you've got pay dirt up there. XLE. All right. So XLE in a downtrend, but not moving down. Moving up. All right. Let's take a look at UNG. UNG consolidating. Oh, UNG got themselves a little bit higher here. I'm looking for 20. UNG, higher low, higher high, closing over, bullish trap, over, rising 17 EMA. UNG, this is tweezer top up here. That's the thing to beat, all right? I don't know if we can do it. We were up here before, and we had sellers. Now notice on the last 3 days, okay, we had sellers up here. See sellers in the wicks? Sellers are located in the wicks. So I'm curious if we can get up on top and consolidate up there. That'll be interesting. Again, higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap, over the rising 17, up in quadrant 4. We should probably make this include all of that right there. You can get some, not in quadrant 4, now we're in the upper third, so that's bullish if we can get up there. That's where the pay dirt is, all right? So there's UNG. Let's take a look at USO. UNG in an uptrend. USO also in an uptrend. Higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap, over the rising 17 EMA, all right? You can see this thing needs to cool off. This thing is like very, very hot. I don't know. I wouldn't touch it up here unless I saw it consolidate for at least 7 days. But nice price action. Look at this. Clearing the top of all those candles right there. That's huge. All right, and this goes back to, all right, that's like almost a 2-year high. Yeah, maybe a 1.5 high right there. 18-month high. Look at that right there on USO. All right, so I'll be looking for the pullback on this one. All right, I'll be looking for a pullback. I don't know that you'll get the higher high, but let me just say, I think a pullback is going to bounce on USO. There's a daily chart. Okay, I don't know if I'll get a bounce, but I tell you what, I mean, I don't know if I'll get a higher high, but I think I'll get a bounce on USO daily pullback if we ever get one. All right, so here's a daily chart on USO all the way up to 85, or well, 84.20. All right, so nice chart there. Let's take a look at SMH. All right, SMH in a downtrend, but just moving over to the right. If they can recover maybe 51% of this, whatever you want to call this slop right through here, if they can recover 51, They're up over the midpoint, but if we back it off to where we were before, we're underneath the midpoint. So if we could get up and hold this area over these wicks, maybe one time for more than 2 days. See this? 2 days and they give it up. 2 days, they give it up. 2 days, they give it up. Not even half a day, they give it up. See the pattern? Get up there and hold for 5 days, all right? Show us you're bullish and you're ready to start, you mean business. There's SMH, okay? Let's see this, 2 days, give it up. 2 days and give it up. 2 days, give it up. Half a day, all right? That's just a picnic right there, all right? So SMH up over the all-time high anchored VWAP, just not moving up, all right? It did today, okay? But it's not, I want it to go up and hold that higher ground. I say this all the time. That's the important thing. Get up and hold that higher ground. It's not been able to do it. See it, 2 days and give it up, all right? But it's still bullish, all right? Still bullish. It's up in quadrant 4, all right? It's still bullish. You know, you poke enough holes, you know, next thing you know, you got Swiss cheese, all right? Much easier to pass through Swiss cheese, all right? So we'll see. Let's take a look at XLK. Technology sector, back in quadrant 4. Kind of a bull flag, kind of the sloppiest bull flag, but up in quadrant 4. Again, in a downtrend, but moving up today. All right, so nice green candle today. All right, we got earnings coming, so we could see some breakouts. We'll see. All right, nothing happening in XLK or SMH yet, but the financials did have some earnings come out, and they got a whole lot more coming out. Oh, look at this. All right. So we were in an uptrend, moving down. All right, we were moving down. We actually did make a lower low here. Okay, but this was the low to beat for me. Okay, we hit this breakup candle low, anchored VWAP, and we bounced out of there. All right, not to mention we had earnings. Isn't that kind of cool how they stalled it right till like 3 days before? Then we're going to go down and tag this. They do this on purpose. All right, then we're going to go down and hit the all-time high anchored VWAP, and then we're going to ricochet out of there like an arrow getting shot out of a bow, right? And look at that, okay? Price action, higher low, higher high, clearing, almost clearing the all-time high anchored VWAP there, clearing the falling 17, all the way up in quadrant 4 again. All right, so we'll see if they can keep this Momo going. Maybe consolidate over prior consolidation. That would be a nice look. All right, we got some bank earnings coming out. I think Bank of America is tomorrow. All right, so Goldman reported today. JP Morgan Chase reported today. Morgan Stanley reports tomorrow, and I think Bank of America reports tomorrow. So we'll see what happens, all right? Micron Semiconductor is supposed to report, no, Taiwan Semiconductor is supposed to report tomorrow. There's about $1 trillion of market cap right there. So we'll see what they're going to do. They're supposed to report, but it doesn't look like, I think they're going to delay, all right? So there's XLF. Nice move back up in quadrant 4. Still in an uptrend by my standards, but we did make a low, and we did make a lower low right here. So we'll see what happens. All right. There's XLF. Let's take a look at XLI. XLI's in a downtrend, but look at this move. Nice move up, closing right at the all-time high anchored VWAP. Need to get up on top and consolidate up there, back up into the upper third. So XLI in a downtrend, chances are they're going to put in a lower high, and then they'll have to find support and J-hook off of it first. But XLI in a downtrend, but moving up these past 3 days. Nice igniting candle right up there. There's XLI, almost in the upper third up there. Couldn't quite close the deal. XLU in a downtrend as well. Again, price action needs to get up over this all-time high. Can do that. So they're still dealing with the midpoint here. All right, possible uptrend. I don't know. They took out this high right here. All right, so we got a lower high, and they took out the lower high. So that's possible uptrend for XLU and XLI. All right, notice. Now they didn't put in a high. XLI didn't put in a high, but XLU did. See, there's a high over the 17, and they took out that high. So XLU now in an uptrend. Kind of funny. All right. Not in the upper third, just neutral right through here. It's a neutral uptrend. Let's take a look at XRT. All right, XRT still in the uptrend. Didn't take out that low. All right. But definitely made some lows, and then some lower lows, and then some lower lows. Moving up, giving it up just neutral here. They were looking really good, consolidating up here in this bull flag, and then all of this happened. All right, so here's XRT. Price action, higher low, higher high, closing inside the bearish trap and under the falling 17. But giving respect to the uptrend line right through there. So we'll see what happens with XRT. I think they get a little bit more follow through tomorrow. We'll see what happens. There's XRT on the daily chart. All right, let's take a look at IYT, transport, see what they're doing today. Really? I just got to see this on the 15. Yeah, I didn't think so. All right, so actually price action is here. All right, and here. All right. So let's go back to the daily chart. Okay, so here and here. So actually they got a higher high, higher low, closing over bullish trap, over the 17 EMA, right into that all-time high anchored VWAP. Okay, so in a downtrend, but not moving down. All right, moving up. They have to take out this high up here. All right, in order to negate the downtrend. All right, so they got a lot of work to do. Chances are they make a lower high and then J-hook out of there and make a higher high. So there's IYT, no longer moving down. Started moving up, almost into the upper third up here, okay? Couldn't quite close the deal, but almost into the upper third. So there's IYT. All right, so I'll take questions in the room. Let's go back. They wanted to know what the PPO was, so let's go to SPY, and you wanted the settings for the PPO. All right, so let's go to a clean chart. Let's drag out the PPO right there. Now I view this on the 15-minute chart, and these settings only work with SPY. I haven't tested them on anything else. I have compared them to some other just regular securities, and it doesn't work. All right, so SPY on the 15 over 0.06. All right. When I see that, I have the courage to buy the pullbacks. All right, so notice we even had a red MACD, and buying the pullback worked. Okay, so there's the PPO. It is 813. The numbers for the PPO, and I add a 9 exponential moving average to the indicator right there. All right, so Alpha Dog says price percent oscillator, the histogram or the line. Mine is a histogram, and I think you can set it up that way as a histogram. See, I got mine set up. I can either do dots, area, histogram, or a line. All right, so I chose histogram on mine. I think you've got TC2000, so I'll just drop this whole file in there. I'm going to share the whole layout, and you guys can have it. You'll have the same settings as I got. If you got TC2000. Here, I'm going to drop the link in. Okay. And there's my whole setup. That one comes off the BYOB Option 3 OPT3 right there. That's the one I use to trade off of right there with my PPO. And that's got the MACD with the moving averages on the MACD. And I got some more questions. Yeah, I have the PPO here. I dropped it in there. You can snap a photo of it. Yep, it's a histogram. Thanks. Greg, John VZO, do you say you look to buy when it's over 0.06 on the, not the VZO, only the PPO. All right, so on the VZO, I don't know if you heard me, Greg. All right, I said on the VZO that I'll get my VZO out. All right, I said that if I get a bar that's underneath on the 15, that's underneath my yellow line, I'm going to kill all my bullish trades or my SPY longs, okay? And you can see right here, all right, I got one, and I said I'm taking profit on my bullish trades. Look at that, look how that got me out right at the top. All right, see that? It was the first one to close. It doesn't always work like that, all right? But it gets you out pretty much close to the top. And you can see right there, it's the first one underneath the exponential 9 moving average on the 15-minute chart. And right there, if you got out, I got out right there, okay, on the VZO. I said if I got a VZO underneath the yellow line, I was going to kill my longs. I don't know if you heard me, but I did say it in the room. Maybe somebody heard me. Maybe nobody did. I don't know. Anyways, so right there, there's my VZO. Number for VZO is 13. And again, I add an exponential 9. You heard me, Greg. All right. Okay. So, yeah, PPO over 6. VZO killed a trade under the yellow line pretty much most of the time. Here's one under the yellow line right there. All right. That's telling you kill the trade. See that right there? There's the first one. That's saying kill the trade. All right. And notice now when price gets back over the yellow line right here. All right. You've just done a bullish engulfing. That's where to get in. So it's actually telling you where to get in and where to get out. Today it worked out like that. Here's your first candle up over it right there. See that one? Got a little nub going over the yellow line. Right there. PPO was good. The MACD was not. PPO was good. The VZO came in, said, here's an entry right there. And notice you got the bullish engulfing on that red candle. Right there. You really kind of want it over. You got in on this candle, but it's underneath VWAP. Kind of want to get in over VWAP. But it's not absolutely necessary. You can obviously see they're bouncing off the 15.8 EMA right there. And you can ride this up. As soon as you get one underneath, I said that's when I kill my trades. Right there. VZO yellow line, 9 EMA. Yes, Greg. How to identify the quadrants? It's just the price action from a high to a low. And it's just divided up into 4 equal quadrants, okay? I'll do one from here to there, okay? So you'll see. So from here all the way over. I'm just going to crank it up a little bit, all right? Okay? So this is quadrant 1 right here at the bottom. Okay, this is quadrant 2. Next one up. Okay, that's the midpoint, is the dashed line right here. This is quadrant 3. Okay, this is the way I number them. You can do them any way you want, all right? I just use them like this. I start it off, so I keep it. 1, 2, 3, and then this one's quadrant 4. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, you measure from the bottom of the move to the top of a move. Okay, you can't just go in here and do, oh, I'm only going to do here to here. And you got to take the whole move. All right, otherwise you're going to get you could get a wonky. You'll get the midpoint, that's for sure. But in order to get an accurate number, you kind of want to capture the whole move from the bottom to the top. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, traders. All right. You guys saw my day, right? All right. I had a good day. See my day? Right there. I had a good day, so it's a great day for me. So that's it for today. I will see you guys all tomorrow. Don't forget, open house, everybody out there in digital land. Yes, right here. I have these are what I'm still holding. A bear call spread right there. And some puts that are just completely underwater. All right. And some UNG and some calls right there. And a call spread. So I got 2 call spreads going on. I got the 16 DTEs and the 2 DTEs right there. All right, guys. All right, so those are my orders. These are my unfilled orders. These are my filled orders. And this is my P&L. All right. All right, guys. Everybody have a wonderful evening. Thank you. See you tomorrow, 8 o'clock. All right.